Okay. Good morning. Perfect. Ready to go? Delts. So, last night we were moving some furniture and I was pushing up and I was supporting the weight with my head and I got a little kink here. So, I got up extra early. I did some foam rolling. I did some stretching. I'm going to take my workout easy. I mean, if it was a leg day, it would be okay, but it's a shoulder day, and that's all here. So I'm just sharing this with you to illustrate, you know, your strategy. You have to come up with a strategy because you're not going to feel great every day. You don't want to harm yourself. So I think that if this were a day that would really exasperate that, I would definitely just switch to a different workout. Like I would do arms today, all right? And if that's the case for you, you would just go back to another workout, last week's arm day, okay? Anyways, have some strategies ready for when you're not 100% because that's gonna happen. So here we go. Y raise, right? And I actually think I am going to use real little guys. Something's going on here. I got double. Oh, I know what's happening. Hang on one second. I came here determined to be prepared and ready to go, and I am not. So here we go. We'll get rid of that. I was listening to some other music while I was stretching, and I gotta pull it back. Here we go. We're all set now. Promise. Y raise, and we're gonna go back to these Y raises later with a little more resistance. So Y raise. This is called a giant set. 4 or more exercises in a row for the same muscle group, or even not for the same muscle group, would be a giant set. So as a warm-up, you might be joining me with lighter weights or no weights. If you have injury or healing a problem with your shoulders, you might go low weight or no weight. And you're going to modify most of the work on a delt day, all right? Because it's totally shoulder related. It can be your rehabilitation, your physiotherapy without leaving home. Rear Delt Fly. Eight, W raise. Good. And a band face pull. That would be up here, okay? Upper back, rear delt. And 8. Good. Release that tension. And you're going to go back to your Y raise. If you're feeling really 100% today, go ahead and take 5 8-pound weights. You can start moving up as soon as you feel warmed up. Delt Fly. Standing or seated, it's up to you. W. So that can even just come in and then see my W there, and I'm going to squeeze back, and I'm going to move my fingertips to accentuate that squeeze without wrenching it back, okay? So finesse, using finesse. Or you could rotate. And 8 maybe, good. Face pull. Probably could use a little more resistance here. Tighten up that band and control the movement. Really think and feel. Get inside your muscles and stay on top of the discomfort. Good. Alrighty, another little stretch. It's really tiring, especially after a week of training. Okay, last set. When you're ready, you take it. Why? Good. Eight. These are 2-pound weights. I'm feeling it. That's awesome. Band face pull, upper, it's rear delt as well, basically. And, ooh, 8. Okay, so, we're going to use the bands again, fine. But I wanted to show you the pike push up. You're in a prone position, okay? So facing down, and your butt's up in the air in a V, all right? So I'm going to hit more of my shoulders for these pike push ups. And I'm just going to dip down, okay? So my knees are bent right now because my brain is trying to protect that shoulder of mine, that knot. So this one as well, you could probably go through some limbering for your lower body. I didn't think of that when I thought of the pike push-ups, to loosen up the hamstrings, then get into your pike push-up position. But what I want to show you right now, and because I'm going to modify, is my pike push-up is going to be right here, okay? And I'm going to, okay? So you're going to pick your variation. If none of those are good for you, just go for a nice shoulder press. We're going at the bottom for some strict shoulder presses, heavy. But this could be a warm-up for that, or your pikes, okay? So, let's go. So So if I was on the floor and doing the full out version of that, I might not be able to get 10 pike push-ups out in good form. So just be aware of that. My goodness, I need all the weights today. Up and back. All right, that could be standing. I'm going to stand up and back. And 10, and we're moving right into front raise, so stay there, and that's pre-exhausted. And 10. Good? So you can see where that's going for your upper backs. So you're really doing like 20 front raises. Okay, back to your pike push-up. You're choosing whether you go on the floor, on a bench. You're modifying it in some way that works for you, okay? Try this guy here a little bit more. Okay. Ooh, that's not safe. 8. I should have a padding under there. 8, 9, and 10. Yeah. Woo. Up and back. Right? And then right into the front raise. Burn, baby, burn. Alrighty, pike push up, if you're ready for that. I don't know if this is going to help at all, but we'll see. Should put a, ooh. Hope that whole thing doesn't slip now. Good. Pike push up. And 10, nice. Up and back. Ho, 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 ho. Front raise. You have to, you can go alternating. That would modify it a bit. You could use lighter weights and go for all 10. You could reduce the reps to 6 to 8 reps. Or you could do that. just talk a little bit and rest. And good stuff. Band. We're on bands now. Okay. Fair enough. Those guys are going away. I might get 2 bands. I don't know how long your band is, but we're going to go for lateral raise. So mine isn't quite long enough to do it as nicely as I'd like. So I'm going to use 2. Fold them that way and stand. All right, so these are 12 rep sets, and I'm gonna really, I'm not saying go light on it, but I'm gonna be really aware, because this is just gonna cause more tension, which is gonna layer on top of the tension I already have. So that's a no-no, right? But to keep the area limber and mobile and, you know, keep working it a little bit, there's a balance that you have to fight. In this game, it's always a balance. Band upright row. And band Y raise. Good. So we've got 4 sets of that strict press coming up. If you want to do 1 set now, just to prepare for it, go ahead. This lateral series with bands, it's going to be overwhelming, so make sure you take the time. You might even want to do a few of those breaths, all right? Alrighty. Okay, side lateral raise. Had a little tweak in that shoulder. It's starting to tell me, hey, 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 hey. I hear you. And the Y raise, this is where it really got tense. I might start with a good resistance and then ease off a bit towards those 12s. There's 6. Woo! And 12. Yeah. Starting to check out. The ability to stay focused in the muscle, you'll lose that, all right? I don't care who you are. When the muscles are done, your brain just takes over and says, I'm going to get this done. And forced reps when you still have a little gas in the tank are great, but forced reps when totally your brain and body are saying no more will lead to injuries. So don't be a hero. No heroes. What do we got? Band laterals. Let's finish up the band series, and then all we got are those strict presses. Beautiful. Bang and bang. Upright row. Remember, like this is a time where your arms are just wanting to pump. You really got to bring the initial movement from the traps and the upper back and the shoulders, okay? So, squeeze the shoulder blades. Got it? Nice. And the band Y raise. You know what? I'm going to a definite, real easy movement or no weight, no resistance, no band, right? Six. And 12. Good stuff. All right, strict. When you're seated doing a strict press, you got no momentum happening. Help hike it up, okay? So strict. You could do strict standing up. You could do strict sitting here, and even more strict would be your bench in a press position. Alrighty, here we go. So this is where you can go heavier weights relative to your fatigue level now, right? It might not be your PR, PB, PR personal record, yeah, PR. But I probably would go with 15s for this, but paying homage to my knot, I'll be a good host and not annoy it. Safe in, safe out. That felt so easy that I want to get the 15s. And this is where you have to think. Give it this one day. You're not trying to, build the muscle today. You're trying to stay in the game for the long term. So I have to slow myself down and say, no, 10s are good for right now. Next week, when the knot's gone, we can hammer it. Okay. Okay. So I hope that this illustrates a strategy that you can use when you're injured. It's not, black or white, yes or no, do it or don't do it. It's manage as best as possible while keeping active, okay? no heroes. Like when I say no heroes, I mean it. You gotta set your ego aside. Because somebody else is doing 25 pounds doesn't mean you do, right? You gotta do what suits you today. That's all I'm gonna say. Going to be quiet now and get our work done and get on with this day. Nine. I got 10. See it? See, it's so light I could keep going. No. Last set, you guys. Then some breathing techniques. You want to bring that nervous system into recovery mode. You want to start calming down. So. And 8. Good stuff. Alrighty, that's that. I got my little heating pad. Got a little help for my stretch, and then breath to begin recovery. All right, a little stretch for my special friend here. I think actually it needs to go like this. That's it. So you're going to stretch. You're going to stay here and roll. If you've got an injury or limitation, and take care of it. Recovery starts with breath. I'm going to put a video on for you to start getting an understanding of what I am delving into next is respiration to control nervous system, emotion, recovery, okay? Nervous system controls everything, and we can do that through breath. And nutrition. Have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow for arms. Big biceps. See you later.